Good day. My name is Isabella Hardy, and this is Williamina Fleming, Breaking Barriers with a Universe of Glass. When I heard the learned astronomer, when the proofs of figures arranged in columns before me, when I was shown the charts and diagrams to add, divide, and measure them, when I sitting heard the astronomer, where he lectured with much applause in the lecture room, how soon unaccountable I became tired and sick, till rising and gliding out I wandered off by myself in the mystical moist night air, and from time to time looked up in perfect silence at the stars. Overhead is the Horsehead Nebula, which in 1888, 20 years after American poet Walt Whitman wrote that lovely poem, was discovered by a woman named Williamina Fleming. Fleming's unique ability to interpret astronomical photographs changed astronomy in 19th century America and beyond, breaking barriers for scientists and for women. Fleming was born in 1857 in Dundee, Scotland, to Mary Walker and Robert Stevens, a carver and gilder. When she was 20 years old, she married James Orr Fleming, a widower. She taught school for a short time, and 1 year later, they emigrated to America. Soon after they arrived, she was abandoned by her husband. Desperate for money, she became the maid for Professor Edward Charles Pickering, director here at Harvard Observatory. He was an early supporter of women as university employees. His wife knows how intelligent and capable Fleming was, and suggested that she be hired to work at the observatory. After giving birth to her son, whom she named Edward Charles Pickering Fleming, in honor of Professor Pickering had his support, she began the work of mapping the sky. Their methods were a little different than our modern ones. Instead of using computers, they analyzed photographs taken through telescopes. She was the first woman to have a title here at Harvard. Hello there. I'm the curator of astronomical photographs, Nina Fleming. Astronomers use cameras to take images of small sections of the sky through telescopes like the one here at Harvard, as well as those in places like Peru. These thin glass plates are centered us, and we use a pen to record all the stars on that plate. Here in the astrophotographic building of the observatory, a team of women, including myself, are engaged in the care of the photographs. We identify, examine, measure, reduce those measurements, and prepare results for the printer. As curator here, I supervise the computers, write letters, offer advice, and prepare for publications. These responsibilities consume so much of my time that little is left for my own research. Even though I do not make observations with the telescope, by interpreting the images on these glass plates, I have opportunities to make discoveries and understand the universe. There is no end to the work on hand in the photographic and photometric departments. The university gets plenty of work from a staff of women, as 3 of us cost the same as 1 man. 6 days a week I'm here at the observatory, generally from 9 in the morning until 6 in the evening. Sometimes I'm tempted to give up and let the director try someone else, or some of the men, to do my work in order to have him really find out what he's getting from me for such a small salary, while running a household and raising my son, who is thankfully now a successful mining engineer in Chile. I'm told that my services are very valuable to the observatory, but when I compare the compensation with that received by women elsewhere, I feel my work cannot be of much account. That is not to say that the men here are unkind. In fact, we are graciously treated with the greatest courtesy, encouragement, and assistance. I am grateful for the many opportunities Director Pickering has provided for me, and his support has aided me in many of my accomplishments. Just 4 years ago, in 1906, I was made an honorary member of the Royal Astronomical Society of London. I am also a member of the Astronomical and Astrophysical Society of America and the Société Astronomique de France. Professor Pickering's willingness to train and employ women has allowed me to make many wonderful discoveries. When I first started here, he just began using prisms with the photographs in order to indicate the spectra of stars. The spectra are unique to each star, and I have been privileged to study hundreds of variable stars. Not long ago, Professor Pickering and Professor Russell of Princeton were curious about the star 40 Arcturus b and its spectrum. I confirmed that it was the first documented white dwarf, a type of star I've described in a recent paper. There are many other women whose contributions have added to the study of astronomy here at Harvard. The very catalogue of photographs in our telescope are sponsored by Miss Anna Draper in honor of her late husband. Miss Henrietta Leavitt, one of the many women under my supervision, has created a formula to determine the distance of stars. Using Miss Leavitt's formula has helped us understand more about our universe. Then there is also Miss Cannon, who has already discovered one spectroscopic binary, a new kind of star. And I hope that she finds much more. Good evening. I am Miss Annie Jump Cannon, one of the many women computers here at Harvard Observatory. Pardon me, I'm a little hard of hearing. I've been here since 1895, and I have worked with many amazing women. They have inspired me in the discoveries I've made over the past 40 years and the honors I've received. One of my honors has been writing the obituaries for many of my accomplished colleagues, including Director Pickering, Miss Henrietta Leavitt, and of course Miss Fleming. In her short life before her untimely death in 1911, Mina made many wonderful discoveries that revolutionized astronomy, including 10 new stars, over 300 stars because of the presence of bright lines in their spectra. She classified the spectra of over 10,351 stars in her 30 years of service, years that saw many barriers broken for women in astronomy. For her many achievements, Mina was appointed an honorary fellow at my alma mater, Wellesley, although she never attended college. Shortly before her death, the Astronomical Society of Mexico presented her with a gold medal for her discovery of new stars. She was a dedicated, hard worker all her life, even though she had health issues ever since she was a small child. Because of her work at the observatory, her right arm was often sore. She worked long hours even when ill. Her job was important to her, and she fought for women to be recognized for their work in astronomy. In 1907, on her application for American citizenship, she listed her job as astronomer. Not only did she break barriers for herself, but for all women in sciences and society. Harvard continued to employ women to map the night sky until the Second World War, when they struggled to find staff, male or female. Today, light pollution prevents the kind of observations once made here at Harvard. However, the plates are still being studied to help us understand our changing heavens, as they're the only record we have of the night sky 100 years ago. In January of 2016, a pipe burst, flooding the building in which the photographic plates are housed. Volunteers were spending hours to recover the plates and repair the damage done by the dirty water. Sadly, although the plates did not suffer from mold or breakage, the flood erased some of the marks left by the Harvard human computers, including Williamina Fleming. While some of the women she trained and supervised, including Annie Jump Cannon and Henrietta Leavitt, have been rightly rewarded and recognized for their contributions to the study of astronomy, Fleming has not always received the recognition she deserves. Her contributions continue to be invaluable to science, and to women like me, who are now free to study the universe. While she broke social and economic barriers that kept women from positions in science and academia, she also broke barriers with her discoveries, including 10 previously unknown novae, 310 stars, the very first documented white dwarf star, and 59 gaseous nebulae, including the Horsehead. Fleming, whose laid to rest in a cemetery near the observatory, has a stone that reads Astronomer, the title she wanted and deserves, for the barriers she broke and the discoveries she made with her beloved universe of glass.